New at 5, the popularity of sports gambling continues to soar. 30 states and D.C. have legalized online sports betting, but D.C.'s system has been plagued with problems from the start.
And now a D.C. council member is proposing a complete overhaul of the mobile sports betting system. Our Eric Flack joins us now with details on the plan. And Flack, I know this is welcome news for a lot of people who like to bet on sports in the district.
Yeah, it sure is, Les. D.C.'s only mobile sports betting app called Gambit DC has been a disaster since its launch in 2020, frustrating users and costing D.C. tens of millions in revenue. At a hearing in January, D.C. Councilmember Kenya McDuffie announced Gambit D.C. had generated roughly $4.3 million over its first 3 years. Now, D.C. council members were told sports betting would generate $84 million for the city over that time period. Now McDuffie has introduced the Sports Wagering Amendment Act of 2024, which would allow gamblers in the district to choose between sports betting platforms on their phone, which is the way it works in most other states, including Maryland and Virginia. Under DC's current sports betting law, the only citywide sports betting app gamblers can use is the Gambit DC app, which has been plagued with technical issues and quickly became unpopular with sports bettors who often just drove to Virginia or Maryland to place mobile sports bets. 11 days ago, the D.C. Office of Lottery and Gaming announced that it reached an agreement with the national brand FanDuel to take over the troubled Gambit DC app. A lot of people happy about that. But McDuffie thinks that change doesn't go far enough and says DC sports bettors and the city's revenue will benefit from competition in the market. So,
yeah, and Flack, we know this is layered. Some also see a clause in McDuffie's bill as maybe a potential carrot to keep the Wizards and the Caps in D.C., right?
Maybe. McDuffie's proposal would also create a special mobile sports wagering license for sports teams who play their home games in D.C. and those facilities that they play at have a sports book, like Nationals Park or Capital One Arena. Now, if approved, it would mean those teams could negotiate their own deals for citywide mobile sports betting apps, presumably giving Washington Capitals and Wizards owner Ted Leonsis motivation to keep his teams in D.C. rather than going through with that proposed move to Potomac Yard.
So they got to play the home games in D.C.
That's right.
Got it. Flack, thank you.
Important point.
All right.